Hello and welcome to Workhorse Wrestling Network. You are gathered with us tonight for the Cookout podcast, where we talk about what's cooking up in the world of professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Was that enough stank? Didn't need more stank?
No, that was stanky enough, and I appreciate that. All right. Yep. But sorry guys for the delay. This has been this crazy. I think it's been a month since we've done the podcast. Tell me if I'm wrong.
No. We did it 2 weeks ago for sure.
Well, we did it. So yeah, I did football, but that was crazy. But I wasn't there, so it might be a month for me, which is still insane. But either way, thank you all for coming. Like Sammy Joe said, we're gonna talk about what's going on in the world of professional wrestling. A lot is happening. We are in September, so summer hours are over,
We
and
got plenty to talk about, yeah.
like summer hours are over, and so all the good stuff should be happening. Case in point, talk about it a little later. Right now we usually do a clown of the week. Our girl CM, summer hours are over, so work is definitely with her. Do you have any clown of the week candidates for
I
this?
mean, in honor of CM, I'll say Punk, Phil. But I don't have anything off the top of my head to get him for. But, we have to keep the streak going, right?
Yes, yes.
And
Um,
on top of that, I would like to name Jerry Jones.
listen, listen,
I
listen.
got to take back what I said 2 weeks ago about the Packers now. I put Packers at fourth in the division. I don't think they're going fourth in that division now.
Listen, Jerry Jones has been clown of the freaking week for the past 10, screw it, for the past 20 years, ever since he put his ego first and got rid of Johnson as the freaking coach. And you can see, besides the year after that, where you had the same team, they haven't won one since. They have literally
Uh,
not had one Super Bowl since.
I mean, let's talk about the Commanders last year. So they get Dan Quinn in as he was the defensive coordinator for the Cowboys. And he comes in and becomes the head coach for the Commanders with the new rookie quarterback in Jaden Daniels. And they go from picking second overall, being the second worst team in the league, to the NFC Championship game.
But like it really is a matter of, sir, I real life need you not to make dumb like who
Like, but thinking to myself of like, y'all could have had that dude as your head coach. Like, he was your defensive coordinator.
was it, and then going back to Mike Parsons, it wasn't personal, sir. Everything about this trade was personal. You didn't get jack squat draft picks. No, Michael Parsons was worth way more than some future draft picks. Especially, it wasn't even first round; it was second round. It's like
I mean, in hindsight, though, like Micah Parsons ought to be thankful because, like, otherwise he'd be making like $12 million less a year if he had re-signed with the Cowboys last year. Like, it probably would have been like 33, 35 mil, and Packers just signed him to 47 mil. That's, I mean, don't get me wrong, they're both tens of millions of dollars a year, but like that's an additional 10 to 15 mil on top of.
Yeah, I heard your clown of the week.
listen.
Um,
And we know that you're a Cowboy fan, but it really is like,
I mean,
sir.
obviously I'm not happy. I mean, obviously you're never happy with giving up, potentially the best defensive player in the NFL. I mean, at the same time, we as an organization, and he's not one of these people that you should worry about, but we as an organization have a history of overpaying people. Michael Parsons is going to be underpaid even at 50 million a season or 47, whatever he's getting. But we have a history of overpaying people. So in that regard, overpaying the wrong people. So it's a little frustrating that we're not overpaying the right people. At the same time, at least We're not doing it again. And we did get back a very quality defensive tackle in Kenny Clark. I can't lie. He might be one of the top 3 or 4 defensive tackles in the NFL. So in that regard, we got something and a couple draft picks, and so we'll see what happens. I mean, the rumors are, somehow end up, high enough to get Arch Manning. I don't know if that's a reality or not. I don't know if I want him or not, but we'll see what comes of it. It's over and done with now. As a fan, you just have to kind of grit your teeth and move on and hope that it ends up coming out for the better. I mean, there have been times that the Cowboys have done this before. They traded Herschel Walker when he was their only star and the best running back in the NFL to the Bears for 5 people and nobody that ended up turning into the triplets in 3 Super Bowls. So, I mean, it's not, I mean, I'm not saying that that's going to happen here. I'm just saying that, stuff does happen. So you just kind of got to wait for things to come out in the wash. That being said, I'm definitely not happy about losing Micah Parsons. I mean, you can never be happy about losing the best player and the best defensive player in the NFL. So, but what are you going to do? What you can do is just support your team and move on, right? I mean, so I don't know how much you heard or I didn't hear, but I was just saying at least we got a decent one of the top 5 defensive tackles, back, which is a position that we needed to solidify a little bit. So that's good. And we got some draft picks. The rumor is Arch Manning coming to the Cowboys. I don't know if I want it or like it or even if it happens, but and I know we still have Dak Prescott, so I guess we'll see what ends up happening. So I mean, I'm not happy about it. It's definitely not what I wanted to happen. At the same time, it is what it is, and just keep supporting my team. So.
I feel like I can name 5 defensive tackles better.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm just telling you what the hype says. I mean, I don't really watch NBA, so, and I've seen him play, but I don't, I mean, I'm just telling you what all the hype is said after the trade. Well, okay. To be fair, they're Cowboy people, but they're all saying, everyone's hammering the Cowboys about what a horrible decision it is. You got to remember, you're getting back a very solid defensive tackle, one of the best in the league. That's the position that you needed. Blah blah blah. You're not overpaying for another player, whether he's worth it or not. So I mean, all the hyperbole that you get to justify making, try to console yourself with losing the best defensive player in the NFL. But what are you going to do? I mean, it is what it is. I mean, so. We'll see how it plays out.
But yeah,
I think it would have been more fair if you guys also got an additional second. Like if you guys got an additional second with it, then I've been like, yeah, that seems pretty fair.
So I was at the mall the other day with my wife. We were getting some food because there's a new Filipino restaurant that's only in the mall. So I went to get some food, and I went somewhere else to get something else. And the guy was there. He said, "Yo," and he was talking to his friends back. He said, "Get out here. This guy has 3 of my least favorite teams tattooed on his body because they have a Giants tattoo, a Lakers tattoo, and a Cowboys tattoo." He's all, "You want to know the funny thing about the Parsons trade?" He said, "Madden even denied it. Madden declined the trade." So yeah, that just tells you what you need to know, I guess. But nonetheless, as Anika's trying to get to, we are here to talk wrestling. And Miss Anika had the topics for the night, so let's crack open. What you got?
Yeah, no, but just solidifying, clown of the week and probably clown until you give up the Cowboys, Jerry Jones. So the subject for tonight is streaming in wrestling. So a lot of moves have been made. Clash in Paris happened last Sunday from at 2:00, and that was officially the last WWE Premium Live event on the Peacock. It's like, that's so crazy. Like, bye Peacock. It was a 5-year deal, and that's crazy because so the whole reign of the tribal chief was on Peacock. That's crazy. They do say that NXT takeovers, I still call them takeovers, will still be on Peacock. That's cool. I'm not sure if that's gonna move the needle of anybody staying there. I me personally, I'm probably not keeping it because no offense, besides WWE, there wasn't really anything on Peacock that I was desiring. I know that the Fresh Prince was on there, but Anika personally didn't catch on to it. The Best Man.
They're still going to be showing. They're still showing NXT on Peacock. You said, right?
No. So they're showing the premium live events, but that's it.
Oh, the NXT takeovers.
The NXT takeovers, but that's
But
it.
the weekly show won't be on Peacock anymore.
That is still on CW. That's on CW. Yes.
Oh, that's on CW. You're right. Okay, that's on CW. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I
So WWE PLEs are becoming pay-per-views again.
Right.
so here's the thing. So the official news is they're going to go on ESPN because who said ESPN needs an app? That was just like me personally. No offense, it was not enough sports content for you to say, hey, let's charge somebody $10 for an app that isn't on your channel if you have any streaming live television. That's just me.
Well,
No offense.
here's the thing. It's $10 for the app a month, but then it's also $50 for the pay-per-views.
Wait. Like, cause no, like, before WWE came along, all it had on ESPN Plus was pay and plays, some exclusive Monday Night Football content, and Stephen A's World. Right now, it's like that is not enough. That's not enough. So this is
They got Pat McAfee, don't they?
No, Pat McAfee is on regular ESPN. If you have any live streaming service, you can watch Pat McAfee. And I believe Pat McAfee is still on YouTube if you went through the whole 2 hours. So that again, like that was not, that wasn't part of ESPN Plus. That's on ESPN. Period. That's what I'm saying. There was no reason for y'all to say y'all need an app. So this is
Well, not everybody has regular ESPN though.
If you don't have regular ESPN,
I don't have regular ESPN.
But
Me neither.
people are not really going to venture off and say, you know what I miss? I miss ESPN that much. I'm going to pay $10 just to watch people commentate on sports.
I don't think you understand how much some dudes love sports.
And the reality is that, you can't get the regular ESPN content on ESPN Plus, like Anika's saying. So I subscribe to ESPN Plus, and ESPN Plus sucks. Like, they really don't have a whole lot on there. If the regular ESPN has what I want, I mean, you can see the Sports Center replays, but that's about it. That's worth anything on ESPN Plus. Sometimes they got boxing and stuff that's okay, but yeah, ESPN Plus sucks for the most part.
I've had dudes tell me that every night they go to bed, they turn on ESPN and watch ESPN when they go to sleep.
But not
I mean,
Plus.
I watch Sports Center. I was watching Sports Center every night when I had ESPN Live. I mean,
but more so, I said because it's a huge win for to build up the app. Still mad that Hulu is trying to bundle stuff that I don't want to bundle. But like you said, going back to wrestling. So right now, only the top pay-per-views for WWE are going to be $30. So the SummerSlams, so the WrestleManias, Royal Rumbles. It might be Survivor Series. Yeah, Survivor Series with War Games. It might be Survivor Series, but definitely Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, and WrestleMania will be for $30. But every little pay-per-view that's like every other month or every month, those would be free if you get the app. So there's that. More so.
I have something I'd like to say.
Okay.
Paramount is getting premium live events for UFC.
yeah. So is Prime's been getting some too.
And for UFC, that's probably a win for them because people are still watching UFC, but paying $50 was probably people weren't paying $50 for it. I know I was in the movie theater and we were doing the UFC for $25. I would say maybe 5 to 10 people were coming to the theater to watch a UFC fight. So them being on a streaming service makes sense. So with all this going on, you have AEW that's on HBO Max, and they don't really have a deal for their pay-per-views. Now, granted, HBO Max, which is crazy. Sorry, I'm saying words, but I'm thinking. You would think HBO Max would have the capabilities to do a pay-per-view because HBO's been around for so long and they are and Warner Brothers is such a money making company still. It's like how do y'all not? Now, how do they not have the forethought to bring this to the forefront of basically giving basically when they did sorry when AEW signed the deal to still be with Warner Brothers HBO Max, why was this not in the cards already? Where it's like, how did you? And again, their app is somewhat new, I guess, but it is like, how y'all? Why was this not a for? You would think as of right now that they would have the pay-per-view thing on lock, but they don't. But now that everyone is going to a streaming service, including UFC, including WWN and ESPN, it's like y'all got to get on the ball. Y'all got to get this more so. Warner Brothers, why is this ball not rolling just yet? But they are back in negotiations, and I think that is probably part of them negotiating right now. More
I mean,
so.
like thinking about it, like what is it?
What are we waiting for?
$5 million per pay-per-view. So if there's say 10 pay-per-views in a year, $50 million, like that doesn't seem like a lot of money.
Yeah, an easy $50 million a year. I know they're HBO, but I'm not slamming any easy $50 million. I'm not, especially when we signed you up to be on the app. I'm not turning that down. More so, why are y'all not trying to sign up for that? Why was that not a thing? Why is AEW still streaming service to regularly be on? Besides, I want to say the last one was on Prime, or that was YouTube TV, and it's like HBO. Why are you skimping on this money? Honestly.
So,
Like,
here's what
feel free to tell me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's like $50 million a year that AEW is making off of those pay-per-views for the actual selling of it, not the physical sales of tickets.
More so
50 mil a year, right?
Of it on.
I have no idea.
The ALW, you go.
Yeah, I mean, several things are going on. One is that most, and I don't know that they don't have the ability to do it. I'm sure that they do, but most streaming apps, you pay one, or they have one or two tiers, and then hold on for a second. They got one or two tiers, and you get everything for that. Most of them don't have like pay extra for this one particular event. So I don't know how hard it is to add or do that, but that might be part of why Max hasn't done or AEW hasn't done a PLE thing for them, because they still want to charge. They don't want to give the pay-per-views or PLEs away for the same $10 that you pay for Max, right? Or the $13. AEW doesn't want to do that. For whatever reason, their bottom line, they still need those dollars or whatever the case may be. And here's the thing that I'm interested in seeing ultimately is the difference, right? In the viewers that come when you have to pay more or when you just pay the flat fee, because I would think you would get more when you just have the flat fee. But clearly WWE is going back to having you pay more for at least the big four for a reason. They must have realized that they weren't making as much money when they were just offering them for free at the $10 level on Peacock. I mean, not that it matters. They're still making hands over fists worth of money, but I'm just saying, if you see those numbers drop, that's the only explanation for why you would go back to charging more for those pay-per-views. So, and I think that's why AEW still charges for those pay-per-views. For whatever reason, they still need that income stream. So, as far as WWE going to ESPN, even though Vince McMahon made a big deal about them being sports entertainment, make no mistake about it that WWE being on ESPN gives them different cachet than they had before, because it is a sports channel, it is a sporting thing, and they can now, even though it's sports entertainment, they're technically now going to be on a sports channel, which is something that they don't. WWE and wrestling doesn't really get mainstream sports recognition like that. If something big happens, they'll mention it on a sports center, something major, not a title change, but like a death or a merger or something like that between companies or a new company opening. But and it's always been a thorn in the side of wrestling that they can't get mainstream sports coverage like regular sports. So this has to be some sort of a win for WWE to get locked in with ESPN, which is a true sports network. We'll see if that does anything to change any of their programming in any way, shape, or form or their format. But
Uh, Here's a bit of advice from my experience to any of the new wrestling fans that are listening. Um, the only pay-per-views for WWE that are worth buying is the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. Otherwise, you can just check out the highlights on Raw the next day.
It depends on what you want to do. It depends on who you're into. More if you're into crowd participation, Clash in Paris. Oh my God! I listen.
$50?
Listen, $30. No, so
50 bucks?
no, it's $30. It's not 50. It's not $50. It's $30. $20 off. More so anything. You can't put it like no offense, but it's gonna be very hard to put the genie back in the bottle. This has been the last time they have made WWE made you pay $50. I want to say it was 2012, over 10, over 13 years ago. So no matter what, even though WrestleMania, no offense, last year's WrestleMania was alright. It's hard. It's going to be hard to put that genie back in the bottle. To be like, yes, we want you to pay $20 more. I need to see the card. I need this. Hopefully, this makes WWE better because if you go upcharge, I need to see the card. I need to see what's gonna be on here. But like I said,
Uh, could see a return to wrestling parties.
and I do miss those. Those are probably the best moments of what you call it. Those are probably the best times of being a wrestling fan. You like
Well, the whole reason for that is like you get 5 people to chip in $10, or you get 10 people to chip in $5, and you don't have to spend $50 for the pay-per-view.
yeah, this is true, but more so the moments. They're good moments, but they're better. But they're better to be shared with other people. I would definitely say that. So we'll see. We'll see how this change. Um, but yeah, it's like so. I'm gonna get so I'm still shopping. So me personally, I'm shopping for a live streaming service right now, and I will probably get Hulu. Like, listen, I'll get Hulu plus ESPN, but pay an extra 20. Like I said, it's hard to put that genie back in the bottle. But speaking of, so they actually sped up their debuting date on ESPN. It's going to be September 30th with WrestlePalooza. I need y'all to I need y'all to have a different name for it. I need, like who we can do better at y'all can do WrestlePalooza. Really? Either
I mean, WrestlePalooza is a throwback.
it's you should have kept it back. You didn't have to throw it back here. You should have kept it back in the past. We could have, out of all the throwbacks, there's a better name than WrestlePalooza. But
thinking it's never
Well,
been done under the WWE banner. It's always been under WCW.
yeah. The
Which
reason for it was named after Lollapalooza.
yeah, and it was their kind of oh you've got Mania, well we've got Palooza. So
yeah, but
Lollapalooza was like the biggest music event outside of Woodstock, right?
I
Like
mean they've
nowadays
moved
they
a lot of
have
times, and it's been
Coachella.
ongoing. Yeah,
y'all
yep.
know that more than me. So sure.
So like it's basically if they were to name their wrestling show after Coachella for the modern audience. That's what it was back when WCW did WrestlePalooza.
I don't like Coachella, but either way, it's gonna be September 30th, and it's not. So it's also it's the launch of the on ESPN, and of course WE is petty. They're going to counter. They're going to again try to counter program AEW All Out. Now, the previous kind of programmings have not gone well because they've been using they've been using NXT, and no offense, like I don't think that could have done anything, but this time they're trying to make the card for Palooza right now hasn't been officially announced, but we know what's happening. It's going to be Cena versus Brock Lesnar, whatever, and it's going to be
Say that again. Cena versus who?
Brock Lesnar.
Oh my God!
I don't
I was
know.
Oh
waiting
yeah,
on
you
that.
haven't been watching WWE, right?
Nope.
So
Thank fucking Lord. Jesus Christ.
he came back SummerSlam and and we call it. Oh, one moment here. Oh, I'll show it later. So yeah, he came back SummerSlam and Triple H threw Cena under the bus. He was like, listen, this was totally Cena's idea. He said that we asked him what you're going to do with your retirement tour, and he said he wanted Lesnar. I'm like, I don't think that conversation happened like that. I really don't.
Well, here's the thing: is that we openly know that Triple H has lied in those press interviews before, so you can't believe anything he says.
Okay. So thank you, Dolores, because I didn't know Jack. ESPN, ECW used WrestlePalooza. Okay, which is cool. But yeah, no.
Okay, that's right. It was ECW. That was 30 years ago. Pardon me for not remembering my infancy.
But back to that, yeah. So definitely don't believe Paul. It is what it is, whatever. But we have Cena versus Lesnar unofficially. It's going to be Io Sky versus Stephanie McMahon for the women's Raw Championship.
Can you say it like Cardi B? Just wondering.
No.
Okay.
She said it, even though I can't do the accent.
Okay. Stephanie's name would be one that would, work well with the Cardi B. I know I can't do it.
No. And that's a good match. It felt like they were waiting for Bianca to come back when they're like when they were trying to build it up of sorry you won't be on the Clash in Paris card, but we're trying to sort some things out to give you the match. And it's like, oh, it's Io Sky. And it's like that sounds really basic. And I'm going to give y'all the benefit of the doubt of saying y'all was trying to wait Bianca Belair to come back and it didn't happen, which is that's the truth. Then yeah. And then here's the big and honestly this is probably the big money match that might put a dent in All Out. As of right now, Clash in Paris, Becky Lynch has associated herself with her super hot husband, Seth Rollins. She is now part of the Vision. And this Monday Night Raw, she got in the face of CM Punk. And before that, after the match in Clash in Paris, someone had a sign of CM Punk and AJ Lee. And Punk stopped and had this questionable look on his face before he went up the ramp. And it's like, listen, y'all been teasing AJ Lee for the longest. So I don't believe I don't believe until she gets here. Then post match, you have her name actually being brightened up by Big E, old bald headed dude, I don't know, but the post show panel. And it's like, oh, y'all are actually saying her name. And then on Raw, they were chanting AJ Lee, and Becky did not try to ignore it. She was like, "You dope, she don't work here anymore." And on Friday, they're going to be in Chicago, and it's already unofficial that CM Punk will be there. And it's like, if they get AJ Lee for WrestlePalooza, that might be a problem for AEW.
Tune in this Friday to find out together with us.
Listen, and they better look. This isn't a wait and see situation. If you can't get her, you have to announce that stuff soon. You can't wait for that because the speculation is already going crazy. If she's going to actually return, and like I said, if that happens, that's gonna be a dent for All Out. I'm not even gonna hold it. Possibility. No, no. That might put a dent All Out, which sucks because like, can y'all please stop? I'm trying to remember back in the Attitude Era, the only counter programming was on Mondays. It wasn't pay per view. Correct me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong, but it wasn't pay per view versus pay per view. It was just a Monday Night War. Am I wrong about that, or am I right? It wasn't anything crazy. It was just on Monday. So this is it's so petty, and that's a very big pull if they can actually get this done and finally bring back AJ Lee. And I'm trying to think because I like competition, but I don't like that. I don't like Brock Lesnar. Y'all already know this on this channel, so I'm trying to help AEW right now. I'm like, listen, what can we do? What can we do? What match out of the butt can we pull out so we can at least stay face? So
So it says next Friday, WWE got 2 shows, and the last few Raws will be on early at the end of the month. What 2 shows are on next Friday?
AAA, Worlds Collide, which is on, it's gonna be on YouTube. If you want to watch it, fine, but I don't think it's gonna be anything significantly like, it's gonna kind of program itself. No offense, but AAA is great in Mexico. Like, I say great is great, but I don't think any Americans are gonna be like, hey, let me. I was gonna say, hey, let me turn off SmackDown to watch AAA. They might do it for Dominic, and that's a big fat might. So besides the Dominic match, I don't think Mysterio, I don't think they're going to try to turn off and turn back on to SmackDown. That's just me. But as of right now, we need help. But AEW needs help. AEW needs help. What can AEW do to counter program AJ Lee coming back? Y'all have any suggestions? Because it really is like, dang, why would y'all do that? Y'all so freaking petty, bro.
I mean, I'm not sure that I think it's as big a deal as you're implying that it is. I mean, AJ Lee is what she was. I mean, during the time that she was winning her Divas Championship, I would say women's wrestling, especially WWE, wasn't necessarily at its best. That's not to take anything away from her, but I don't know that she moves the needle as much, at least for
She
me.
was a top 5 wrestler of her time.
That was 20 years ago now, 15 years ago now. So, I mean,
15 years
ago,
10 to 15,
10 years ago
yeah.
at minimum. So, and I mean, sure, but at the time, they're wrong. I mean, you can't compare the Divas era to now. Like, she wouldn't, so let's talk about how much better women's wrestling has become, right? I mean, and where she actually sits now, coming back 10 years older and 10 years begging out of the ring and all those things. So, I mean, I'm not holding my breath. And if I'm AEW, I'm not overly scared. Like, we already did the CM Punk thing. You can have CM Punk, you can have his wife. It's all good. We're just going to continue to have the best wrestling on the planet right here.
Honestly, I don't think she cracks the top 10.
Listen, okay, y'all, listen. Like, for the era that she was in, she made a dent in it. I'm just gonna say that.
Oh yeah, for that era, yes, absolutely.
That era is not this era. Like, compare her to somebody now. Who would she? Even from then, like in her prime, who is she as good as now?
You want to work?
I'd put her on Zelina Vega.
So crazy enough, in my mind, wrestling wise, I compared her to Paige because both of them were in the Divas era, and more so, they made their name because they weren't like the other girls. They weren't the model type that just was the top people around. So the mystery.
But wait. Channel for her wrestling ability is insane.
But wait,
to her and saying that that's a big deal. Come on.
But wait, because we're not talking about wrestling. We're talking about name value. Name value. That's a big freaking well. Name value. Wrestling wise, it's still a mystery because unlike Paige, she didn't leave because her neck broke. She left because the whole thing with her husband and her whole husband getting fired, and it was like, no offense, it was not a good she could have stayed, but that would have been awkward as hell to make it to make a long story short. That's why
Anytime she was having a match, they spent the entire time cheering her husband, and it's like,
and worse, yeah. When Punk left, everyone was chanting CM Punk during her matches, so that's probably why she left. And if anyone saw the heels series that was on Stars, don't know why Netflix doesn't pick that up, because that's a really good show to pick up. This side note, she did a cameo appearance, and from what she did, it didn't suck. She still has some moves, and if Trish Stratus can still go, and her match with Tiffany Stratton was actually pretty. Yeah, Stratton was pretty good. On the scale of, can she give me a decent 10 in a mixed tag team match? I would put her at 65. And like I said, just name value, no offense. I don't see anybody on AEW that can sell tickets like her. That's just me. That is just me.
Dolores says AJ's a popular author and has meet and greets out the building. So, we had someone, Tyler, in the house. What's up, Tyler? Thanks for being here.
Listen, I was gonna say something, but I'm keeping the bottle. Yeah, what's up? But yeah, name value is wise. Until she listen, she can go to the mixed tag team match and stick up the joint. But until she's in the match, the mystique of AJ Lee is still intact, and that can sell tickets. And September 30th can come off, she can be a dud. But hey, they sold the tickets, they got the viewership, and they did what they wanted to do.
if it can be as good as the Beth Phoenix return, then I'm down for it.
Which, side note, they could have done so much more. Oh my god!
They could have done so much more with this.
I still want a Beth Phoenix versus Rhea Ripley 1-on-1. I'm like, I like the fixed tag team. We can't get one-on-one match. Come on, man.
I'll never forget that interaction that her and Edge had on the top of the ramp. You remember that? Edge grabbed her butt.
And he's like,
and he's like, I'm the rated R superstar. What do you want? What do you expect from me?
And listen. Yeah, it's like
WrestlePalooza.
Like I said, wrestling wise, she might not top it. She might be a dud. But name wise, yes, this is a big deal. Like, and just on a personal note,
I think you were correct. I always think you were definitely correct in comparing her to Sriracha, because like it was the same situation when Sriracha came back. Everybody was like, "Oh, Paige is back, and then we had her for a year, and people were like, "Why were we fans of Paige again?"
Listen, she was a different diamond in the rough. But like I said, besides AJ physically should be a little bit different because her neck didn't get broken. I'm not gonna blame Sriracha not being as good because her fully on her neck, but I think it had something to do with it.
I mean, I feel like we need to be fair. Women's wrestling in WWE wasn't good in that era.
They're still reaching back 10 years now to bring back, at least 10 years to bring back someone who hasn't really been relevant in wrestling for a long time to try to get a pop. I mean, it's like, this is what you have to do. You still think you have to do as WWE. You don't have enough faith and whatever in your current superstars that you feel you have to go out and do this. It's like, it's a gimmick, essentially. I mean, not that all of wrestling is a gimmick, but
there's so few stars that they really got behind to build up. Like, it feels like most of their stars, they just tried to tear them down bit by bit to keep them from becoming too big. Because if you make a star too big, they can ask for all the money in the world and you have to pay them.
And more so, this isn't even about selling tickets. It's about trying to put a dent in the sales and viewership of All Out. You could like WWE has more fans. That's just point blank period. AEW is only 5 years old. That's just since tell me, Lord. Statistically, that's the truth. But right
Okay,
now,
so let
but you're, huh?
I was going to say, let's break that down, what you just said right there. This woman that many fans adore, who hasn't wrestled in over a decade, they are planning to bring back for this pay per view so that they can compete with an AEW pay per view. It's not about her, it's about AEW. It's not about the
Yeah,
fans, it's about AEW.
and I hate the pettiness. I hate the pettiness of it all because honestly, if she wasn't on the card, I'm still going to okay. I'm Team Petty, and I'm Team. Why the freak is Brock Lesnar on my screen right now? That's more so what I am. Like, why did I bring Brock Lesnar back? So I'm all for. Hopefully AEW wins because you bring back this emotional crackhead, and the case isn't done yet. For what? Y'all could have waited till the case was done. Like that's just not good. That's just not good business. So I'm just hoping that AEW wins off that bat. But with AJ Lee, that statistic is down.
Kind of says, look, I love AEW and WWE. I love them both, but AJ still has mental issues too. So
She does. No.
But
But here's the thing, right? And like the percentage of AJ
I'm
coming
sorry,
back.
this almost made me spit my. Go ahead. This almost made me spit my drink out. Please.
Wait,
Look, she's been being trained by her shitty husband. She'll be back worse than she was before. No. You're gonna come on here, Dolores. No. And start no. You can't come in and start saying all kind of stuff now halfway through the show.
Well, okay, on Dolores's back, I'll say this.
Yes, I did have a problem with every one of these people except Billy Gunn. I had a problem with Edge. I had a problem with Sting. I do have a problem with Billy Gunn, even though I still like him. So what? Yeah, they made a mistake. It was a dumb thing to do. They shouldn't have counter-programmed with CM Punk. AEW made a terrible mistake by bringing CM Punk into the fold in the first fucking place. That just goes to show you how smart counter-programming is.
But Sting was great, though.
If you remember right, CM Punk's counter program won them the ticket sales, won them the different things. That's what AEW, not AEW, WWE is teasing with AJ Lee. She is on the same level. There are grown women. I can show you many videos. Grown women, grown men out here online crying to get to see her wrestle. They are willing to spend the bank to see her wrestle. And so if you can't make it, what you gonna do? You're gonna tune in on
People out
ESPN
there
Plus.
always willing to root for somebody.
But still,
You can
that's
always find the insane fans.
but see, listen, it's not on Peacock, it's on ESPN Plus. So if I'm dying to see her, I have to pay $30 to see her. That's $30. Each one a person. Don't matter if you keep it a month. $30 to hook somebody in. And for those who say she might not be wrestle ready, first of all, she trained in WoW. Okay, she was training the wrestlers in WoW. She helped CM Punk when he came back. They have a wrestling ring in their house. If she's not ready, then I don't know who is. Now, if you let Bella come back and y'all thought she was gonna do something,
and real quick,
that promo.
real quick, and we all know that Roxanne Perez is a fan of AJ Lee. So you can't tell me if Punk gonna get on the phone and say, "Hey, can you train AJ Lee, Roxanne Perez?" She won't be on the plane to Chicago. So
Yeah, because
besides Punk training her, Roxanne
Carmelo
Perez.
CM Punk and Cody. And so that's the thing about it's not just the counter programming. They have been asking her to come back. Without her husband coming back, they've been asking her. With her husband since he's been back, everything from what Sean Ross said, she has shot down everything up until this moment. And then she's not shooting it down,
instead of coming
and
out
she's
here
not
and
saying
making a
she's
fool of
doing it.
herself.
But see, she's not saying she's doing it. So it's an open-ended question. If she decides last minute, I don't want to do it, they're gonna plug Jade in there. If she decides, if she decides to do it, because she could have chicken feet, she could have cold feet, and just say, "I'm not gonna do it." That could be her point. But this is the point that they're having. They're betting on the sales of ESPN. If it's sold out, if you can't make it, it's kind of like I would say if Chris Brown did a pay-per-view show. The Breezy Bowl down here in Atlanta, People couldn't get in and they bought tickets. There were lines
And,
around the corner, down the street, 2 streets over. If you can't get it, what you gonna do? The next best thing, I'm gonna spend my $30. I'm gonna watch her come on. Good, bad, and different. She could suck. She could suck real bad. But I saw it just like I saw CM Punk. When people were screaming like me for CM Punk, I bought that pay-per-view. I was excited because I saw CM Punk. I hadn't seen him in years. This is what I wanted to see. Now, was it the greatest match? No. But it got my money because I wanted to see CM Punk.
and when you say that they'd plug Jade in instead, I really, really hope that Jade is Carhill and not the other one. Because we don't need to see the other one again.
Cargill, but I don't think Jada do it right now. She's in limbo of storyline because of Naomi being gone. It's like, where do you plug her in at? Then you got Cody. Cody's kind of off right
Oh.
now.
There's a perfect story for Jade winning the championship. If
She's
she
not.
wins the
She's not
championship
at
and
that
then
level.
Naomi comes back and it's like, oh, you're the one walking around with my title, that story will be epic and I'm here for it.
Listen, we got 9 months and some change.
But you
I
got
need her to
to remember they just gave Nikki Bella a shot. We talking about now.
that
I like to do the Bella move when she comes out there, but this is the same Nikki Bella who drop kicked the air. She dropped the air.
bruh.
Becky
If
was
y'all
on
saw that
halfway in
match,
the middle. ALW Becky was halfway in the middle of the ring. She jumps off the top rope and kicks the air.
missed
Nobody was
it.
there. Not even close. Her whole leg was extended. She fell down, jumped back up, and Becky had to try to fake like she got kicked slightly, but they were 50 yards apart from each other. That match sucked like butt. It was bad. And I sat through that
Listen,
match and thought to myself, who did this? Who told her she can come back? Ma'am, the sign that you shouldn't have been wrestling no
Same people
more.
that are telling AJ Lee she can come back.
But this is the point. Nikki Bella never was a wrestler. Back in the day, if you go back and you go to them rewinds, Beth Phoenix and AJ Lee were the only two good wrestlers out there at the moment. They were doing the, oh my God, let's have a pillow fight and let's just da da. And they were doing all of those things when she was actually wrestling and picking up people and slamming them. Like, come on now. We got to be real. They were having pillow
Yeah,
yeah.
fights. Nikki Bella
I
was having
mean, we,
pillow fights, and her finishing move was a forearm to the face.
we had a handful of good women. Like, of course, you had Trish until she retired, Mickey James, Michelle McCool. But yeah, that
Michelle
list
McCool was still
pretty
out there doing
short.
Brian Panty matches. That don't
No,
count.
But she had
listen,
good
Are we
matches too.
seeing
She
that?
did
Are we
both.
seeing Michelle
That's
McCool
that's
hit a
what
pop
we're
rocks? Are we
looking
seeing that?
no. Michelle McCool was that chick in her prime. Her and Victoria had some great matches. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like Beth Phoenix, Natalia, Victoria, and Michelle McCool, in my opinion, I wish they would have wrestled in this era because they're actually wrestling like dudes. Like when I say dude, they weren't doing no fluff pieces. They're actually when they wanted to do a wrestling match, they wanted to do a wrestling. And Mickey James went to TNA, and so we actually got some good matches from her. But no, those are probably the top four. Where it's like, dang, what are they? What are they over here? Well, they just waited 10 years later.
We got to
Like
admit, AJ has a better all around kind of like match thing, better than some of the people. Like, come on now, comparing her to Sriracha. Sriracha. Can Sriracha do a pop rocks? Can we be honest with it? Can Sriracha do a halfway? Sriracha can't do that. She barely. No
She
offense
did
to
a
her, but she
I,
barely keep her neck together. That's why
she
they
did
trying to hire her on the legend
the
deal.
and then she did a
I
DDT.
I gotta take a moment to give those women some respect, though. Of like they could wrestle, they could do comedy if they were required to, and they would do the Braun Penny matches if they were asked to do that too. They would do anything to be able to entertain the fans that was asked of them.
But
And,
they, but that's the point. They shouldn't have been. We had matches. Now I'm going through her cage match. Okay, so we're going through her cage match from We're going backward from 2015 because 2015 is the last time she wrestled. She had a match with multi-man match with where her and Naomi and Paige defeated Natalia and the Bella Twins. This is the kind of stuff they put her in towards the end. But she was fighting. Nikki Bella beat AJ Lee on the Monday Night Raw.
Listen, I don't
That's the
like
type of
that.
stuff we do. This is the Divas title. Nikki Bella beat her for the
No,
Divas title. This is the type of stuff we're talking about.
because
Towards the end of her career.
WWE is petty as hell, and they wanted Nikki Bella to erase AJ Lee's year run. I'm like, y'all are so petty, bro. Y'all know Nikki Bella did not deserve
That's
to
the point.
freaking beat her streak.
She had house shows and regular shows where she beat Nikki and Paige as a team 2-on-1 handicap. We had her beating, who else did she beat? She beat Paige multiple times. She beat Emma. She's beaten.
No, I forgot Emma was a thing.
Yeah, she beat.
And Emma was good, but
yeah, she
wrong time.
Rosa Mendez. These are the people they had her fighting. Eva Marie. Now you telling me she's out here giving it was mostly her storylines and her thing. What WWE did her a disservice in was taking her personal information and making it a storyline.
Because I'll be honest with you, WWE and AEW are counter programming now, and both of these are struggling with their storylines and storytelling.
Mm.
And that's the thing I'm thinking about is that she is good for selling your story. She does have some moves in the ring. That is what's hooking people in. It's like CM Punk. We ain't seen you in a long time. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna provide us? But yet, this is a story about you saying, "I'm not gonna let you disrespect my husband. And if I got to come out from the depths of the darkness to come and get you, I will." Like the boogeyman. Now, is it gonna? It's gonna eventually get to where it's gonna be her and Becky for the title. Yeah, that's where I'm like, okay, I don't know.
And I would love that. I would like if we get her for more than just this little pop. I would love if she beats Becky and we get and Roxanne gets her dream match with Roxanne Perez versus AJ Lee, and Roxanne beats AJ for the belt. I would love that little counter of actually bringing Roxanne up because Roxanne's doing good right now, but she's not official. Like she's like in my mind, she's not official main eventer. So her beating AJ Lee for the IC title, that I would love that for Roxanne Perez. I would. But
it's
to
like,
flip it
would be the mentor facing the mentee, kind of like that type of storyline.
yes.
We've been through with AJ before, but I hope that if she stays in the company, as knowing so many people who have mental struggles, for her to have to explain to them, WWE, I have this problem. And then they make it a storyline where she's supposed to be cuckoo skipping across the ring. It's like, yes, she played it well, but that was a disservice to her. And she even talks about that in our book. That was a disservice to her. And a lot of
Are you going to come back to this company?
But listen,
did you foul already?
But see, this is the point. The person who did you foul is not there.
No, please. No, just his daughter and his disciple.
Triple H was there, but he wasn't in charge. He wasn't in charge. You can't listen. I can have the greatest idea in the world that can make you $1 million. If I told VKM this idea, he'll be like, "I'm gonna do it the way I want to." Okay, this is what I want to do. Nothing he wanted to do the way he wanted to do it. I was so glad the first week he was gone that I didn't see the same match over again. I didn't know what to do with myself.
Listen, that first week was so blissful. It really was.
I could have been Beyonce with a fan. I would have been out here just rooting because my thing about it was the same things over and over and over and over and over again. And if you are a wrestling fan, and for those who don't know, I keep up with some of the dark house matches. You were watching these same house matches. When you bought your ticket. When you bought your ticket to Raw, you were watching it beforehand on the dark match. Then you were watching it on Raw. Then you watching it on SmackDown. And it was like, man, stop this stuff. It's like now we got a little bit of, even with the Usos, like, they didn't put them back together immediately like we thought they were. But now they're getting back together because to see Jay get stomped out on Monday,
Like,
and he had his brother came to save him, and from mind you, from another company, from SmackDown, and he was holding that man on tight, and he kept saying, "Man, I need your help. I can't do this by myself. I can't do this by myself. We need to get together." I was like, "So you begging this man to come back and help you? Okay."
but like, but side note, I need you to come out a little sooner. I already got Spirit and Tsunami twice, so
You don't know.
I'm already on the
Maybe he was
live,
talking to
basically
his,
my
maybe
side.
he was talking to his wife, okay? Maybe he was having a
Uh,
conversation. You know, she was having a contraction or something. He don't know. He just like, okay, cool.
Whatever.
what are
But
y'all's
to
thoughts on Eve Torres?
Keep her. You can keep her.
she's so cute.
You can keep her.
She's so cute. She's nope. She's so cute.
I'm gonna do
I've
like
never
that.
seen one of her matches, so I figured I'd ask if she was good.
Wait a minute. Now I can't tell you towards the end of her career, she did have you remember the storyline where her bra kept falling off and she would have to
So
not finish the
stupid.
match. She had a wardrobe malfunction every day not to finish the match. And so every time she would go out there, they'd be like, ding, ding, ding. Like her bra strap would snap or something would happen and she would have to be like, I can't finish the match. And that's how she went out like that. She went out sad. But I definitely don't want to see her back again. I definitely don't want to see Michelle
Mm.
McCool back again. I know
Yeah,
it's
I apparently got.
But I don't want to see any of those people back again. They're all old at this. And they're
but
pretty.
but
Listen, there are
again,
plenty of
we watch
young
Edge and
women.
Christian. Edge and Christian is old as Methuselah. And then we seen Sting out there doing the Stinger splash. They had
You're right.
Listen,
Steamboat out
Sting
there
was
one
getting
time.
it.
Listen,
Wasn't in favor of those either. The only one I've been in favor of those was Christian, and that's a different situation because Christian still clearly has it and had it from the beginning. Like he never lost it. He never skipped a beat.
but see, that's the thing about AJ. They were just coming out of the Divas era. She was beginning to show you what she could do, and then all of a sudden she had to leave.
I'm all tired of Sting slander. I'm real tired of Sting slander. Sting had a great run
Well,
at AEW.
I
I'm not
mean, if you
tired of
want to
y'all.
be technical,
I'm not saying
Tyler,
he didn't. I'm just saying I wasn't here for it. I'm not saying
technically,
that he didn't. I'm saying I didn't
Tyler,
like it. I didn't want him
if
back.
we want to be real
I was
serious
here for
about
it.
the question,
I was here for it too, Sammy.
I wasn't here for it.
Tyler says, "What the fuck's going on with Seth Ryder's storytelling now copying AEW's Death Riders? I think Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker need Raw Tag Team Champions
We
now."
just all admit that we can go back for years. I can go back for years where there have been groups together. Nobody's copying nobody when it comes to that. Because the Shield, if you want to be technical, was before all of this all started. So it's always been a clique in the group. Nexus, the Mega Powers,
Evolution.
yeah, it's always been a group of people together trying to stop.
But
So
right now, unfortunately,
WO.
the bloodline.
Seth sucks. Like, I don't like Seth in this storyline.
I like Seth in this
Can
storyline because
like please just have the Braun stars be by themselves with Paul Heyman, please and thank you.
no. Okay,
They're
so
so good by themselves.
most people
Did
don't get the storyline, though.
did I ever like Seth?
I don't know.
I know I didn't. I can answer that question.
I love Seth, and I love this story because it comes out of real hatred. If you all do not know, he really hates CM Punk. He really hates this man. And his wife is like, you hate this man, I hate this man too. And because it's the fact that this man has nobody to really have his back, but his upcoming wife, that's the only person who really got his back. Because every time he's trying to get help from somebody, what happens? They end up getting hurt.
Or
Meanwhile, I like Roman. I just don't like Roman storytelling half the time. But as a person, as a character, it's cool.
Or Seth turns his back on his people because he's just a freaking petty, freaking man.
But listen, let's be honest. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, what were they doing before they became the visionary? They were
Breaker was good.
They were trash.
Was cool.
They was out here garbage pail trash. We couldn't find them if we were looking for them.
No, Braun
What
Breaker
do
was
y'all
on
do
a
every week?
Braun Breaker was on a good trajectory. It more so Bronson Reed is getting elevated by this more than anybody.
Braun Breaker had the couple of little title matches, but he had gone stale and he
Who's
blacked
the
out.
mid card champ?
That's when we were literally shocked to see him come back. Doing the stuff that he's doing now, like these spears like this, he wasn't doing that before. Jumping
Like
up,
a
he
crazy
literally
person.
jumped up on the guardrail, ran like a cheetah across and speared Roman. We ain't never seen nothing like that. What man can run, jump, land, run, and then hit somebody with a spear out of nowhere? He's doing some incredible stuff. And also, Seth, we kind of knew you was gonna lie in, but I kind of thought you weren't lying when you started putting your daughter in it. Like
To
when you start doing the I'm with my daughter and I'm limping, and his daughter's like, "Come on, daddy, come on, you can do it." I'm thinking that you really are hurt. Like, sir, I'm like, something is wrong with you at this point. But then when I saw you come out, I was like, man, he gonna cash in on Punk. And plus, I can understand Punk. I won. And you robbed me. It wasn't even a good 5 minutes. I couldn't hold the title in the air and say, this is mine. I couldn't do a Shawn Michaels and get naked with the title. All of a sudden, you robbed me.
I don't understand why that was part of the conversation.
Because you ever seen Becky's book when they both get naked with the titles? That's in the book.
No.
And if you ever see the clip where she shows Cody the thing in the book and Cody's eyes get big, like he's shocked and amazed that they did this
Wow.
with the titles. That tells you when they were both champion, they both got naked with the belt.
It's still better than what Paige did with the titles.
Oh my god!
On that note, to
Oh
cut,
my god!
so to bring it back full circle,
Who did they
I
do
do want.
the AEW? They kept humping the title.
Let's not talk about Sammy. Oh my god. Okay,
Yeah,
but
he straight up humped it. Why do I feel
but
like, and I'm just making an observation right now. Why do I feel like, because this is sort of new territory for me to see behind ALW, but why do it feel like ALW is in the ambulance right now? You
no,
know how they be
it's
having
the
you know how they be having the shelves stocked
Clearly.
up right now? Like, yeah, it feels like an ambulance field. Reporting
oh
live
my
from the
god.
ambulance. ALW's like, let me tell you
I
something.
am definitely not in the ambulance, I promise you.
Listen, it's a man who does TikToks and stuff where because he used to be a former ambulance person, and he's like, dude, like where he met a lot of people during his ambulance time, where they would stick random things in your behind, and he would. That's his whole like TikTok is, dude, I know you didn't stick that in your butt, and he'd be like, yeah, like the man was like, oh, your sugar went up from since we called you. He's like, yeah, he's like, I got a rush of sugar, and the man's like, you drank a lot of sugar, then he was like, I didn't drink it. He was like, how do you get it?
Oh,
Man
hell
coming in
no.
with a funnel. And he was like, I know you didn't. He was like, I did. Like he's seen these people do this stuff. That makes me laugh.
Um,
Doctor
ALW.
says book
You
it.
still watch
After all his
NXT,
work
right?
No.
No, he don't watch
No.
any WWE.
No,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
the WWE at the moment.
Also,
Tyler
tell
says
me
book
why
it. That's
Tyra
what's
Mayfield
wrong.
is so excited for every time
Uh,
I see her.
I haven't been watching NXT either. I was gonna ask if Braun Breaker's girlfriend has gotten better in the ring.
Uh he don't date
Who?
her no more. He don't date her no more.
Izzy Dame.
Oh yeah, he dates her, but he
Oh,
was dating somebody else. He was dating the other chick before.
but
Yeah,
she ain't
he's
here no more.
Yeah, she got fired.
But
yes. I know.
But
full
but
circle.
surprisingly, she's doing good at GCW and stuff. She's doing good over there. So I don't know what's going on, but actually NXT is where if you don't have a storyline and you don't wrestle too good, you go back to. So we've got Nia Jax down there. They just
I like
brought
it.
DIY there today. Because they really weren't doing good. Also, I need my brothers, the Street Profits, to go back down there, but because the way they looked the other day was a hot mess. They were just like the Ghetto Adventures. All they had was the mask, and then the clothes is what they made of their own. That's how.
Yeah.
And then
They
they were.
really could have done big things with Bobby Lashley there, but they didn't.
I just want to know, as an AEW watcher, what is Bobby? Is Bobby killing it like that? Because I watch it every week. I don't see that. But is Bobby killing it like that? Is Bobby like a top star? Like he fighting? Like he up
I
there?
would.
They've been tag team champions for they were tag team champions for a while. I mean, he's not killing it as a singles wrestler yet, and I've been saying that that's his sweet spot. So I think now that they've dropped the titles, I think this is where Bobby actually starts to make his move. I hope into
I
the
think nah, but I think
singles
Bobby
main
gonna
event
stay in
picture.
the team. I just wanna wonder. It's just in my heart right now to wonder how many like superstars other than Swerve I can think of. Top black athletes they have on the top of the cards.
AEW right now,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a realistic question.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's a
That was
viable
my
question
fear
for
for
wrestling in
Bobby.
general. Those companies, but yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean,
That was
it
my
depends
fear
on who
for
you're talking
Bobby
about,
right there.
what to
But
decide.
I think WWE is slightly, not a lot, slightly, they putting people on the map. But it's mostly like NXT is bumping, main roster. When they get the little changeover, it's gonna be better. But I'm just wondering, because I want to see Athena like permanent on main roster. I want to see Queen Amanada permanent on main roster. Billy Starks permanent on. It's like most of they good people are below, not above.
Wait,
So
I mean, you got
on.
Mercedes Monet, but like the next biggest is probably like Powerhouse Hobbs.
Oh
And
yeah.
yeah, but he's been mostly tagging and stuff lately.
But for AEW, if they want to kind of program AJ Lee, I saw this on social media, and I think TK should do this. Women's blood and guts. If they do, they've been trying to do this for the longest. Either that or women's anarchy. I think more so blood and guts makes more sense.
No offense,
I would
Anika,
love that they
none of
do
them
that.
top people are gonna risk their face for none of it. None
It
of
would,
it.
no, what kind of food is it? Like if I pay
Like
you, you
you
gonna
can
do
get
the
a
match.
Julia
I don't like
Hart
that.
or Sky Blue, what's Sammy's wife name? Ty Conti. You can get them people to do it.
Mellow.
Yeah, you can do that with them because they ain't got nothing to lose. But
he's having
Mercedes,
a lot like
she gonna get
ownership.
on there and
You
she
gonna
gonna
do
be
what I
like,
tell you to do if I pay you to do it.
no, the only
What?
person,
Like what? No,
only
I'm
person,
like, but what the like? I don't want to
Hold
do it.
on a
What are
second.
you talking
Hold on a
about? What
second.
are you doing?
I'm gonna tell you, I'm not doing shit I don't want to do, and without me, you ain't got shit. So I'll walk real quick.
Also, can we admit that sometimes when we watch wrestling characters for like 65 years in 3 companies and they jump it gets a little repetitive, okay? Bank statement, great. I had seen it. Like I was excited for her in New Japan. Like I was like, go ahead. Stardom when she made that appearance, I'm like, great, go ahead. She came to AEW, I was like, great. Now I'm like, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
And then more
And
so,
then,
you being petty as hell. More so,
and
Mercedes
then
Monet. You did three Hell in a Cell in WWE, but I actually for one blood and guts. You now you want to say no.
wait a minute. She did three. She did three. One like two of them, two cage messages in like NXT, and like one of them on main roster. Like
So
she,
no. She did Hell in a Cell with Charlotte. She did Hell in a
yeah,
Cell with Becky, and she did Hell in a Cell with
but
um
but you just said WWE. They're not gonna be blooded and cutting themselves. They just.
That was
Bailey in the panorama.
2016. That was 10 years ago, and
And
No, Bailey and
no,
her did in the panorama, which was 4
but you
years ago.
But Anika, you talking about WWE? They not cutting each other with barbed wire and all the rest of that stuff. They not doing that back then. You ask
Man,
AEW, you ask her to jump for 50 feet and with barbed wire wrapped around her and it's hanging
see,
from the top
see.
rope.
They literally
They
had a
do that.
match end because I can't remember if it was Mox or Lance Archer. I think it was Mox though. Got stuck in the barbed wire.
Yes.
See, now look, this is when you have,
Can you fall on these nails? No.
but this is when you have to stroke the ego with Mercedes Monet. Like, hey, you said that you were the needle mover. This is your chance to prove yourself in being AJ Lee's comeback. See, this how you have to cohorse people. Like, you look, Mercedes, do you want to be AJ Lee or not?
I'm gonna be
Let's get this match
I
going.
want to be a needle mover, not have needles in me. How about that?
Man, y'all ain't trying to win.
But to Dolores' point of, being black in AEW, like we've seen a couple people who we had high expectations for fizzle out with Jay Lethal and Keith Lee.
Also, I
Like,
Keith
do want to
Lee
point out,
had medical
Ricky Starks
issues,
left.
so
yes.
but I
Ricky
also
Starks
want to
left,
point
went
out
somewhere
that
else.
there was a an article where they said that black wrestlers, especially the women felt comfortable with coming to Cody and nobody else.
I saw that Big Swole said that, and I can totally. I don't think she's lying at all. That makes perfect sense.
Jada said it in an interview too.
And like more so with Jay,
Who's-
because Jay got trained by Cody.
Who's black and main eventing in WWE at the moment?
Not Dustin though, just Cody.
Bianca just got hurt. Naomi just got pregnant. But they
They
were
don't have
like,
no men that are main eventing that are black men main eventing W. No one in WWE
I'm
holds the
trying to think
position
who
of
the
Cody
someone
Rhodes.
AEW.
I
No,
mean,
Cody is white. Let's stop this.
Don't do
no,
that.
he ain't. No, he ain't. He a mixed
Yeah,
brother.
yes, he is.
He dipped
Let's not
he
do this.
dipped his what you call it, stick. You remember that chalk stick used to dip into the stuff? He dipped his into some black pool and he got some, okay? Now also shout out to him and his new daughter Leilani, okay?
Bruh!
I got a
Like, how is
speculation.
Brandy fully pregnant and you just come on a baby without telling nobody? Like, bro,
Well, when you think about it, there are other ways to have a baby, Anika.
oh, all right, no. So we're not going to do the rumor mill. This is what we heard. This is rumors, allegedly. We don't know.
I said there are other ways to have babies. That is true. There are other ways to have babies.
But just in case
Especially
they
if you
didn't
got
have
money.
those ways.
And she did express plenty of times she did not want to have childbirth again. It was a horrible experience. And if you count back the months, she was on Cody's show drinking. Now, I don't know about you, but I've learned that you can't drink while you're pregnant. I mean, I don't.
Well, they said a glass. Well, I'm not sure what she drank. They said a glass of wine.
She was
Isn't
drinking that. She was
I
drinking that
thought that they disproved that.
weekly
That it
vodka.
was. What do you mean? That it was good for you, or that it wasn't bad for you? What? I mean, what?
Yeah, I thought that I read something of that being disproven like a year back.
That it
No,
is
you
Of,
indeed
can't.
of
bad
that
for
even a
you.
glass is no good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't be drinking like that. You especially if she's a woman of a certain age, especially when she had her first child, and that's high risk technically, you can't be doing too much.
That's why she ain't had that baby herself.
no stop. Allegedly.
They had a surrogate or something.
I don't
Did
know.
they say they had a surrogate?
Nigga, do you think they're gonna tell us?
I'm just
Like
speculating.
they gonna tell
But
us immediately? They might tell
You
us
ain't-
5 months, a
I
year
gotta
from
but
now.
until they don't,
I just said
they're
I just
gonna
said
sue
that
World Class Wrestling Network for spreading rumors.
I didn't spread no rumor.
They don't
I
know
just
about
said
us. They
there are
don't know nothing about
Whatever.
us.
that is
Oh
true.
my
There's
God,
many
you
ways to have a baby. You can be you can have IVF, you can have surrogacy, you can do man and woman have the baby. Lately there have been men
What?
having babies. Babies come out of everything.
piece of
It's
bitch.
not
You could have had the baby.
That-
I think
okay.
it's either
So, I
Japan
think
or
it's not
China that's
wrong.
working on
If you
building a robot
transition
that will carry a baby to term.
if you transition into maledom and you want to be a male and that's on your license and you are a male and you look like a male but yet you have organs for females and you get pregnant, which some people do, you can have a baby technically on your license, on your birth certificate. Your father gave birth to you.
All right.
Like,
I think this is
take.
that's a sign that we need to wrap this up.
I want to say that imagine in 20 years that kids will be insulting each other by saying, "Yo, mom is a clanker."
No. Okay. All right. ALW, wrap it up. Wrap it up now. No, no more
I
talking.
did not do that. I was very technical with mine. See, I'm very LGBTQIA plus friendly. Okay, I try to include
Oh,
y'all in everything we do. But you know what? Sammy be taking it too far. Sammy be taking
Listen,
they're making robots that will carry babies to term.
I
They are
know that,
doing that. That is a thing. In 20 years, that'll probably be an insult.
Sammy, you still need the
Join us
sperm and the
every
egg to put in
Tuesday
the
night
robot.
for the Cookout
thank
podcast.
you.
7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern. We're all here right now, duking it out, having fun. Come for the wrestling, stay for the chaos. Again, every Tuesday night, join us live. On Friday nights, join Anika and Sammy Joe for Friday night fights, where they watch SmackDown live and give you their real-time
Them children
reactions
do
and
too much.
opinions
Watch out.
as they watch the show. Starting at
We
5 p.m.
do
Pacific,
the perfect
8 p.m.
amount.
Eastern. Let's see. I don't have a winner's circle one. I always, for some reason, there is a winner's circle one here in this one. But join us Saturday morning
Every time I come,
for
y'all
the
don't
winner's
erase something off
circle.
here. I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed.
Join us every Saturday morning for the winner's circle, where I mean, it was Sammy, myself, and Anika, but it's been me and Anika recently. Maybe Sammy will
Sammy
be
don't
back
come
this
to
Saturday.
work.
We'll see.
I'm never awake in the morning.
We review
And you pick the
AEW
time.
Collision
You
and
have picked
AEW
the time.
Dynamite from the week before, give each show a grade and declare a winner. Let's see. You can scan this QR code and it will take you to Linktree. And from Linktree, you can get to all of our social media from one place. Thank you to Miss Dolores for setting that up, our fearless producer in the back doing everything. She
Fighting for
created
my life.
that little QR code. Hours of her life spent making that QR code.
I was
So
fighting
come
for my
over and
life
check
over there. Fighting to the death of me.
come over and check us out on all the social media platforms you see on the screen there. We love to interact with you guys. The best part of Workhorse Wrestling Network is all of you guys. We appreciate each and every one of you. So if you want to come listen, if you want to listen to the Cookout podcast, you can catch the audio version. Thanks to Dolores, who downloads the audio version and puts it up
I'm months
on
behind. I'm sorry, you all. I want a Klingon piece. I'm sorry.
on these podcast platforms. You can listen to the podcast or the Cookout podcast if you don't have time to sit and watch on live on Tuesday nights or go back and watch it. You can always listen to it. I think that's basically it for the moment.
Yeah.
Anything else anyone wants to say?
Winner circle.
Dolores, sure, here you want to cut the lights? There you go.
Cut the lights out. Listen, it's time to go, ladies and gentlemen, because here at the Cookout, you know, like Seth Rollins did, we burned it down. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. And until then, I want to tell you all, peace.
Bye. Keep dancing. Keep dancing.